Hello everyone, in this video we will go through the revision of in-textbook questions from the chapter 6 tissue. So the very first question is, what is a tissue? A tissue is defined as a cluster. Cluster means group of cells which are similar in structure and work together to perform a particular function. Second one, what is the utility of tissues in multicellular organisms? The use of tissues in multicellular organisms is to provide structural and mechanical strength as well as to allow division of labor. Division of labor means the division of work, that is the particular functions they are performing. On the page number 73, name types of simple tissues. The types of simple tissues are as follows: parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, and two more we studied, that is erenchyma and chlorenchyma. Where is apical meristem found? In plants, apical meristem are typically found at the tip of the shoot, at the top, root of the plant, the roots that are present at the bottom. Which tissue makes up the husk of coconut? The sclerenchymatous tissue, which is a type of permanent tissue, makes up the husk of the coconut. It is also called sclerenchyma. These tissues causes the plant to become stiff and hard. The cells of this tissue are dead and their cell walls are thickened because of the presence of lignin. It is a complex material which is present in the vascular part. What are the constituents of phylum? The phylum constitutes of the following four elements, and they are sieve tube, companion cells, phylum parenchyma, phylum fibers. Sieve tube and companion cells, these are like the network. Cells, these provide a structure, parenchyma that helps in the storage of food, and phylum fibers, they provide support to the plant. Next are on the page number 77, name the tissue responsible for movement of our body. Two tissues jointly are responsible for the movement of our body, namely muscular tissue and nervous tissue. What does a neuron look like? A neuron is a nerve cell consisting of the cell body with a nucleus and cytoplasm, from which a long and thin hair-like structure emerges. Emerges means grows out. Every neuron has one elongated part known as the axon and the several short and small branched structures known as dendrites. A single neuron can even be a meter long, and we studied that the longest nerve cell is present in the giraffe's neck, that is approximate 3 meter long. This is the structure of neuron. You can see the dendrites, soma, axon, nucleus, nerve ending, Schwann cell, myelin sheath. So these are the various parts of the neuron. And the dendrites, these are important because these are only connected to the other nerve cells from where the message is forwarded. Give three features of cardiac muscles. The cardiac muscles are specialized tissues that are evolved to pump blood throughout the body. The following are the features of the cardiac muscles. They are cylindrical in shape, striated muscle fibers. They are uninucleated and branched. Uninucleated means containing one nucleus only. These muscles are involuntary in nature, means the movements are not in our control, and voluntary muscles are those which are in our control. What are the functions of areolar tissue? Areolar tissues are typically observed in animals. They are connective tissues and are found in between skin, and muscles. They are also located around the blood vessels and nerves and are present in the bone marrow. The space inside the organs is filled with these tissues. They support the delicate internal organs and assist in tissue repair in case of damage. So areolar tissue is present in between our skin and muscles, and they are also located around the blood vessels and nerves and also present in the bone marrow. And the space inside the organs is filled with these tissues. They provide support to the delicate internal organs and also help in the repair in case if any damage is there. Next question: how many types of elements together make up the xylem tissue? Name them. The xylem tissue is made up of four main elements, namely vessels, tracheids, xylem fibers, and xylem parenchyma. How are simple tissues different from complex tissues in plants? The following are the differences as shown in the table. If we talk in simple tissues in plants, they are made up of a single type of cell that performs only one common function. But if we talk about complex tissues like permanent tissue, sclerenchyma, collenchyma, chlorenchyma, they are made up of more than one kind of a cell that coordinate to perform one particular function. Differentiate between parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma on the basis of their cell wall. So cell wall is the characteristic. The following are the differences based on cell wall between different tissues like parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Actually, parenchyma performs storage function. Collenchyma, sclerenchyma, it provides stiffness and hardness to the cell. So the first parenchyma, cell walls are thin and made up of cellulose, complex material that is hard to be digested by animals. Collenchyma, cell walls are thick at the edges due to the deposition of pectin. And then sclerenchyma, cell walls are thick due to the deposition of lignin, which makes it hard and stiff. What are the functions of the stomata? Stomata are the tiny pores present on the outer layer of the cells, the epidermis. Stomata bring about the exchange of gases and transpiration, that is the removal of excess of water. Diagrammatically show the differences between the three types of muscle fibers. So the three types of muscle fibers, they are cardiac muscles, present in heart, involuntary in nature, they have one nucleus, the muscle fibers are branched. So these are cardiac muscles which are present in our heart. Next is smooth muscles found in lungs and alimentary canal, involuntary in nature, not in our control. They have one nucleus, they are spindle shaped. Spindle shaped means they are overlapped on one another. These are smooth muscles which are present in our lungs and alimentary canal. These are also present in our eye. Third one is striated muscles. They are connected with bones, voluntary in nature, are in our control. They have a hard matrix. They are long and cylindrical muscle fibers. They possesses many nuclei, means they are multinucleated. Striated muscles are unbranched. So these are striated muscles. So you can see here that these are straight and cylindrical. So these are the three muscles we talked about along with their diagrams. That is the cardiac muscles, these are present in our heart. Then the smooth muscles present in lungs and alimentary canal and in our eyes. And the third one is striated muscles connected to our bones, and these are voluntary. And the above two are involuntary. These are not in our control. What is the specific function of the cardiac muscle? The cardiac muscles are branched and cylindrical. They are uninucleated, means having one nucleus, and are involuntary in nature, that is not in our control. Throughout one's lifetime, the cardiac muscles bring about the rhythmic contraction and relaxation that is of the heart.